I am not from New York City. I was born in Philadelphia, raised in Philadelphia, educated in Philadelphia. And for those of you that, if you plan to come into New York at any time soon, don't bring a lot of money with you. It's the greatest city in the world. You can get all the entertainment you want for only 15 cents. Ride any of the subway trains that they have here. It's marvelous. Not only will they take you where you want to go and bring you back, but they go out of their way to entertain you. They put a nut in every car. You get on any subway car, some nut will stand up, the Lord will kill you if you don't sit down here. I saw a 3-act show from West 4th Street up to 125th Street. First act was this woman that went around condemning everyone. She got off at 23rd Street. She was so great we gave her a standing ovation. She got back on, did an encore up to 34th Street. At 34th Street, she was replaced by 200 high school kids who went through the car, cut up the seats and the people. Well, while I was enjoying this, I figured I'd go and look at the next car and see if they had a show going, and they did. They had a group participation show going, wherein everybody in the car was trying to pull in this one guy who had his leg caught in the doorway. So I just dollied back into my car, and I saw that a crowd had just a crowd grouped around, and I saw these arms flailing and all this noise. And what I thought was a karate demonstration turned out to be 2 old ladies taking a seat from a wino. So the old ladies and the kids all did a high kickoff at 81st Street, and on came one wino, and he talked to the other, and the guy nudged me, and he said, "These are the stars of the car. They come on every time." And they talked to each other, and the whole thing was titled Incoherency. The one wino looked at the other and said, You went on the motorcycle when the cab was rigged when I reached cycle, and you would say, "Do you realize it?" Well, sport, you can't lie badges and staggered roll bridges tonight, So I'm gonna ask you a question. Go ahead, sport. Did you run over the motorcycle when the cab was hacked when they was reading and writing something with the home dragon? No. So I talked to him after the show was over, and I said, "I think you guys are really great. Where do you go from here?" And he said, "Well, one by one, they take us over to the Greyhound bus station, and they let us announce where the buses are going." See, what they do is they get the guys all juiced up, it's bus leaving on station number 7 for Rebasack, Habersober, Sack, and North Bremerhaven. At the beginning of every football game, a referee comes out and he introduces the 2 team captains, and then he flips a coin. Captain Harbers, this is Captain Sobers. Captain Sobers, this is Captain Harbers. Call the toss there, Captain Harbers. Captain Harbers called heads. It's tails. You lose the toss, your team wins. What will you do, Captain? Now, he'll do whatever is to his advantage. We will receive. All right, then. This team here will receive. They will receive. And what will these guys do? They will kick off. All right? This team here will kick off. They will kick off. All right? Now, I was thinking that perhaps what would happen, suppose way back in history if you had a referee before every war and a guy called a toss. Let's go to the Revolutionary War. Okay. Captain Harbers to the British, this is Captain Sobers to the settlers. Captain Sobers to the settlers, Captain Harbers to the British. Call a toss there, British. British call heads. It's tails. You lose the toss, British settlers win. What will you do, settlers? All right, the settlers say that during the war, they will wear any color clothes that they want to, shoot from behind the rocks, the trees, and everywhere. Says your team must wear red and march in a straight line. Or else you have, like, the Indians and the cavalry. See, referees, same referee. Captain Custer, this is Captain Sitting Bull. Captain Sitting Bull, this is Captain Custer. Call the toss, Cuss. He calls heads, it's tails. You lose the toss. What will you do there, Sip? All right, Captain Sinbull says that you and your boys got to wait down at the bottom of the hill while him and all the Indians in the world ride right down on you. He's a good friend of mine. He's a baseball player, and he's done quite a few razor blade commercials, and he's really a brilliant guy. And I saw him on TV the other day, and he went through something like this. That's right, Mel. Always use a razor on my face to shave it. I use it every time. Sometimes I cannot get this razor and I must use an infrared razor. I must use another razor, Mel. I mean, sometimes I get up and I go into the bathroom and I look at my face in the mirror and I see little tiny hairs growing out my face. And I say, little tiny hairs growing out my face. I call my wife, come here, look at my face. She said, what? I said, come here, woman, look at my face. She said, yeah, Jack. Little tiny hairs growing out your face. I give me some lather up. I get my razor, shave, zips up. See that? My face is ripped to shreds. Plus, these razor people going through a lot of trouble putting numbers on this thing, so no matter what number you turn to, you still cut yourself to pieces. Actually, all I want is a clean shave, not a self-sacrifice. There's a fellow by the name of Noah, built an ark. Everybody knows he built an ark. You say, what did Noah do? He said, well, he built an ark. But very few people know about the conversation that went on between the Lord and Noah. You see, Noah was in his rec room sawing away. He was making a few things for the home there. He's a good carpenter. Ruba, 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 Ruba. Noah. Somebody call? Ruba, Ruba, Ruba. Noah. Who is that? It's the Lord, Noah. Right. Where are you? What do you want? I've been good. I want you to build an ark. Right. What's an ark? Get some wood, build it 300 cubits by 80 cubits by 40 cubits. Right. What's a cubit? Let's see, a cubit. I used to know what a cubit was. Well, don't worry about that, Noah. When you get that done, go out into the world, collect all of the animals in the world by twos, male and female, and put them into the ark. Right. Who is this really? What's going on? How come you want me to do all these weird things? I'm going to destroy the world. Right. Am I on candid camera? How you gonna do it? Gonna make it rain for 1,000 days and drown them right out. Right. Listen, do this, you'll save water. Let it rain for 40 days and 40 nights and wait for the sewers to back up. Right. I was just wondering, what would be the effect of an ark on the average neighbor? Now, here's a guy going to work 7 o'clock in the morning, Noah's next door neighbor, and he sees the ark. Hey! Yo up there! What do you want? What is this? It's an ark. Uh-huh. You want to get it out of my driveway? I gotta get to work. Listen, what's this thing for anyway? I can't tell you. Ha 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 ha. Well, I mean, can't you give me a little hint? You want a hint? Yes, please. How long can you tread water? Ha 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 ha. Of course, Noah had a heck of a job, really. He had to go out and collect all of the animals in the world by twos, 2 mosquitoes, male or female. And he had to keep telling the rabbits, only 2, only 2, only 2. So we find Noah pulling up the last 2 animals, 2 hippos, and he's really in a hurry to get them up because he's afraid that the Lord's going to call him and ask him to do something else, and his nerves are shot. This is one heck of a job for a man 600 years old. So we find him pulling up the last 2 hippos, and of course the Lord does call him there. Come on, fat hippos, hurry up. Come on, will you please? Noah. What? What do you want? Gotta take one of those hippos out and bring in another one. What for? Because you got 2 males down there and you need to bring in a female. I'm not bringing nothing in. You change one of them. Come on, you know I don't work like that. Well, I'm sick and tired of this. I've had enough of this stuff. I've been working all day, working on for days and days. I'm sick and tired of this. Noah? Yeah? How long can you tread water? Yeah, well, I got news for you. I'm sick and tired of this whole mess that I've done. The whole neighborhood's out there laughing at me. You're all having a grand time at good old Noah there. I went out and got my best friend Larry. I said, Larry, listen, I've been talking with the Lord. Larry said, oh, really? I said, yeah, listen. Larry Lord. You walked off there laughing. I hear them all up there laughing at me. You know I'm the only guy in this neighborhood with an ark. People around there laughing, picket signs, walking up and down. I'm sick and tired of this stuff here. People are walking around there. How you doing, Tarzan? How's everything up there? Sick and tired of this mess here. You're supposed to know all and see all. You let me go out there and bring in a pregnant elephant. You give me no manual for delivery and nothing. Never told me the thing was pregnant. There's good old Noah waiting underneath the elephant there. Boom, right on top of it. Sick and tired of this mess here. Had enough of all that stuff for you running around. You're supposed to know all and see all. Like I said before, you let me go out there and do all this stuff here. You never even looked in the bottom of that ark. Have you looked down there? No. Who's going to clean up that mess down there? That's me. I'll tell you that. I've had enough of this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm letting all these animals out, and then I'm going to burn down this ark, and I'm going to Florida somewhere because you haven't done nothing. I'm sick and tired of all this mess. You're fooling around, and you haven't done nothing except as you got it raining. It's not a shower, is it? Okay, Lord, me and you, right? Because I knew all the time everything was up there. We find Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter for the Daily Planet, walking the streets when from out of nowhere a super hearing picks up a robbery. Give me your dough. Quickly, he dashes into the phone booth. Starts to take his clothing off there. Quickly, a cop comes up. Yes? What are you doing in the phone booth? I'm changing clothes, officer. You can't change clothes in the phone booth. Come out of there. What do you think you are, anyway? I'm Superman. Right. Bring a wagon in, Charlie. Come out of that phone booth. Look, I told you I'm Superman. Can't you see this red S on my chest? Right, and I'm gonna give you a red S and a black eye if you don't come out of that phone booth. A while back, I saw a movie called HUD, which was a great picture. There's no plot, no nothing to it. It's just guys chasing all the women in town, you know. And like the high point of the picture to me was really when they shot the cows, because the cows had hoof and mouth. And they dug a hole, and they led the cows into it. And the guys are all dressed up in rubber suits and everything. You have to shoot the cow, and it's very important to wear the rubber, because if the foam gets on, the guy will shoot you, you know. So this is fun shooting cows. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you got a little foam on you. Yeah. So I was thinking, like, how do the cows feel about this whole thing? Really, you have to think about that, because cows must think about something, you know. So they're leading them into the big hole there, and one cow talks to the other. They're running, you know. Well, this is the way cows run, you know. Because they get that thing in the middle, you know. He said, hey, where are we going? We're going to get shot. He said, what? I said, we're going to get shot. So what for? Because we got hoof and mouth. Hoof and mouth? What's that? You see that foam around your mouth? Yeah? That's hoof and mouth. They're going to shoot us? Yep. Any way I can get out of it? Yep. What's that? Wipe that foam from around your mouth. A lot of football players do hair tonic commercials, and I saw actually the first one ever done, and it had a football player and a kid of 17 whose problem was he really had bad hair's all hanging out all over the place, really weird hair. And they introduced the two together, you know, and they said, is this a football player? This is a little kid. Little kid? This is a football player. So how you, kid? What's wrong with you? So, well, sir, I have bad hair, and I can't get any girls. Yeah, and you're ugly, too. So they did the first commercial. Here's to take one football player. Close up to the football player, he speaks. Here, kid, this is a football. Take it. Now, give it back, kid. Now get over there. I'm gonna show you how to throw it. The ball. Just put your arm right on back like this, and then it's gonna let it fly. Now, throw it back to me, kid. Pick it up first. Now throw it. Nice throwing. Now let us go into the locker room. So they go into the locker room, the kid showers, he goes in front of the mirror to comb his hair. This is where the plot thickens. Close up of the football player, he speaks. Here, kid, what the heck are you doing? Get that Molson Grayson, get that Grayson magnet, get that stuff out your hair. What you need, kid, is some good old whatever it is. That's Cerebol. This'll do you a whole bunch of good. All you need is a whole bunch while I'm shaking it down, and put your hands out. Now you see me shaking. Right do you let this stuff go on the floor and all over the place there? Now rub it in. It'll do you a whole bunch of good. It's got H09, zips there, a whole bunch of stuff in there. Go on, rub it on your head. Now let's comb it. Now let's compare combs. See that? Yours is green, mine's is orange. Now let's go on out and get us some women's. You know, one of the weird things about working up here on the stage, you get to see a lot of weird things, and I don't think there's anything weirder than when you see, like, people out together on a double, triple, or a fourple date, and like, one woman will stand up and tap the other, and she'll say, let's go to the ladies' room, you know, and they all rise. And it's weird, you know, because when they go out and come back, you ask them, say, look, how come all of you had to go to the ladies' room when only one had the original idea? And they say, well, we have, they won't tell you. They won't say one single thing. It's weird, really. One time, 9 women sat right up front here. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. One lady rose just to clear her dress. They all got up. She said, no, girl, sit down, false alarm. Now, I could see myself out on a double date, and some guy would stand up and say, hey, let's go to the men's room. So I think you better go by yourself. As soon as he leaves, somebody says, that guy weird? What's wrong with him? I could see myself married, wife running the vacuum cleaner, turn it off, go next door, knock on the guy's. She opened the door. Hello there. Hi, let's go to the ladies' room there. No, really? And I'll tell you something else about women. They always try to get the upper hand, see, and they have one thing. They say, you men don't suffer the way we suffer when we have labor pains. Bull. I know a pain that only men suffer that's so far above labor pains you can't even find it on the pain chart. We don't even talk about it. There is no pain in the world greater than the pain a man gets when he goes out on a date, planks his date down in the seat in the movie, puts his arm around the chair in the movie, and leaves it there for 2.5 hours. The blood from his fingertips drains to the center of his chest. What are you doing? I'm trying to save my wrist. What do you think? I played football at Temple University, and I was the first, second, third string fullback. Because of the fact that they knocked out all the other fullbacks and everything. But coaches have different methods of getting a team up. When I say getting a team up, I mean to make the players angry enough so they go out and really want to smash together. And one method that a coach used was that this guy would put a record on in the locker room, see, and the guy would play the record, and the music would go, pan, pan, da, da, pan, da, dun, 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 dun. You know, the guys would, the glands would secrete, and the end get strong and rip it off the locker, rip and tear it, running around. And our coach went out and he bought the wrong record. He bought Exodus. And we went out and everybody went home. But the real method, though, is that a coach will talk to a team. This is called getting them up. And our coach talked to us, I'll never forget this game. He said, fellas, he said, you know, we're out here to win, and we really want to win because we want to win. You guys want to win? Yeah, coach. He said, all right, then start acting like it. Let me hear you say kill, kill. Let me hear you say fight. Fight! Let me hear you say you want to win. We want to win! Are you guys ready? Yeah, coach, we're ready. We're running around, tearing up the lockers, ripping up paper, busting the benches. We're ready. Goes, okay, are you guys ready? Say fight! Fight! Are we ready? It's okay. Go out there and get him. We ran, the door was locked. All right, there are 23 million karate schools, really, in Greenwich Village, New York City. Mainly because of the fact that, well, after you've graduated from a karate school, there's no better feeling walking around knowing that you can wipe out your whole neighborhood. You become important, people invite you out to parties, hostess will look around and say, kill. But the big thing about it is before you break a brick or a rock, you must condition your hands. See, and you have to keep hammering away at a brick or a rock, wham, 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 until a big slab of callus forms at the side of your hand. Your hand starts to look like a foot. Don't laugh, this is good because you keep your hand in your pocket for about 9 days, and if some guy attacks you, you take a swing at him, and even if you miss, the smell will kill him, see? What you have to do, though, is you have to just keep hammering away. Wham, wham, wham. And you do this because it's very important. You can break a brick or a stick. Because if you're ever held up, some guy will say, give me your dough. You just turn around, break a brick, stick, then give him your dough. Here you are. Thanks a lot for the money and the show, fella. But before you break a brick, you have to go give off a loud shout, see? This causes your glands to secrete and you froth at the mouth. See, and then if you miss the guy, you can bite his leg, right? But the thing is, just your and you can bust a brick. So I figured, look, why bother to break a brick or anything like that if I know this shout? Because I figure if a guy's gonna hold me up, where is he? He's down a dark street. Why? Because he's nervous. He doesn't want any trouble. All he wants is my money. Here I come down a dark street. Why? Because I'm stupid. But I know the shout. And the guy will put a gun in my back and says, give me your dough. I just turn around quick. So here, take the gun. What's wrong with you? You some kind of gun or something? So if you don't watch yourself, I'll shout again. And as a matter of fact, you give me your dough. So I held up 18 people like that. I read the back of this magazine had a very nice movement. It says, if you're ever walking down the street and a guy puts a gun in your back, go into your front pocket, tighten up on your elbow, and you whip around hard and fast, catch the guy right up in the forehead. This knocks him back, you turn around, grab him, throw him down, pick up the gun, march him right off to jail. Now this is a good move. And I went home and I practiced this on my brother. And I wiped him out. I got so good I would walk down nothing but dark streets with $10 bills hanging out of my pocket. And it happened. Give me your dough. Went into my pocket, tightened up, whip, turned around, it was a midget. So what are you there? What are you, some kind of song and dance man or something there? Give me that dough before I blow your kneecap off. But another thing is the fact that whenever you break a rock or something, you have to think through it. This is what a guy told me. He said, now you must think through it. He said, you have to use mind over matter. Now you take this rock, he brought it out there. He said, I'm thinking through this rock. I'm not thinking for the surface. I'm thinking 2 feet past it there. Smashed it to pieces, brought up another brick there. He said, I'm thinking right past it, 2 feet past it. Raised his arm and it came down. Unfortunately, this brick was thinking, no, you won't either. Shattered his whole elbow, and now he only picks on things like Jell-O and whipped cream, you know. Do a little demonstration, fresh, you know. We still applaud for him, but he's nothing. You know. Anyway, if ever you graduate from the school, you have not reached your ultimate goal. That is to get attacked. You must walk around looking passive. See, and you do that by walking weird looking, you know, and sure enough some guy will say, look at that guy walking weird over there. Isn't he something there? He'll come over to strike. Remain passive. When he raises his arm, you grab the lapels of his jacket, drive your forehead through his. Then you come around quick, drive your hands down across the shoulders, breaking all of the bones in the shoulders and the rib cage. You come down, you rip off his right leg and his right arm, you beat him in the head with both of them, you put the leg back where the arm was, the arm back where the leg was, you cut him in half with the right hand swipe, go into his eye, pull them both out, grab the Adam's apple, pull that out, tie them both up into a knot, let them go back, and then you turn them upside down and you throw them up into a ball and you throw them down and you jump on them and then you walk away passively. See?